editorial board wants that to happen right now, not later. And the editorial ending with this line: achieving true distance from the foundation is not only necessary to ensure its effectiveness, it is an ethical imperative for Mrs. Clinton. The On the Record political panel is here. ABC News political director Rick Klein, and from the Boston Globe, Tracy Jan. Rick, first
about the foundation. I mean, for the New York Times, who's so concerned about a Trump presidency, to be calling out the Democratic nominee, I mean, this proves that it's not a right-wing conspiracy, as some Democrats wish it were.
Well, why doesn't she just get out? I mean, why is she hanging on to this?
She needs to hold the press conference and clear the air.
Don't hold your breath for that one. I mean, I don't even see what she's gaining from this. You know, it's just, and even, I mean, and the other thing too is that's troubling is that back in 2009 she said there was going to be none of this. Well, guess what? There's a lot of this. So at least she ought to make a more dramatic break now.
Right, absolutely.
And I think they don't want to take that step because to them it would be an admission that they maybe did something wrong in the past. And the Clinton Foundation has done enormous great work around the country. That is not in dispute. What is in dispute and what is an issue is the intermingling and the fact that there was not as high a wall as they promised.
But here's the donors, the Clinton donors who came to see her, that it wasn't a quid pro quo. Here's the dirty truth in Washington. You get your picture taken with someone like a Secretary of State. You then put it on your desk back home or back in Dubai or back in Wisconsin or wherever you live, and people come in and you look connected and you can sort of nod and wink like you're a big shot or you can get things done or whatever. That's got a value, that picture.
Right. And even though there's no proof that she did anything illegal, it's all the perception, and it just looks bad.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything illegal with her meeting with those people, but it's the picture is even better.
The meeting itself is a deliverable. You're able to go back and tell your people, I just met with the secretary.
Yeah,
and we
check
discussed.
my picture.
That's right. Here it is. It's right here on my Twitter feed. That is what they were trying to get in terms of access. Now, people have not connected the dots to say official action X happened because of meeting Y, but that is not the point.
It's the photograph. I mean, believe it or not, it's the photograph.
And she's surrounded by people who say yes to her. So that's part of the problem, too.
Which is part of the problem with all the people who knew that there's a problem with the email server and didn't confront her with it. Anyway, Tracy, Rick, don't go away. And Donald Trump isn't the...
And, he'll... maybe he should find a country that works better for him. Let him try. It won't happen.
Of course, Donald Trump isn't the only one all fired up. Former New York Giants punter Steve Weatherford goes on the record. Steve, nice to have you back.
Greta, it's great seeing you. Thanks for having me.
Steve, what's your reaction to this? I know I've seen some of your reaction, but do your thoughts about this Colin Kaepernick controversy?
You know what? As a white American, it's difficult for me to understand what Colin is going through as an African American and as an African American community. I understand that outrage. I think his delivery, the place that he decided to take the stand, is completely distasteful. I think if you're going to address something like that, which I do agree needs to be addressed, it needs to be rectified during our national anthem, during the time that we are honoring the country, the people who have lost their lives, and for him to take that time out of his life to make it about anything else but the greatest nation in the world that we live in, that we're blessed to live in, to have the rights that we have, I think it's distasteful. I don't think it has anything to do with the platform that he has as a professional athlete, as a role model. When you're giving interviews after the game, speak about this.
The first thing I thought of was the flag.
Or, in your mind, what he's done?
In my mind, if you really are unhappy, if you really look at the flag and you see oppression and you don't see freedom, then do something about it. Make it your mission to look at that flag and be proud of it. Do something to affect the outcome. Positive words, positive actions result in positive words and positive actions. He has such a big forum. He has such a reach. He could do so much in a positive way for young people and to lead. And that's what I wish he would do. I wish he would see that he can make a difference, and it's up to him to make the flag something he can be proud of.
Terry, thank you. I know that, I've read a lot about your son. I even read that at his funeral, you read a letter. A letter was read from his parents that said they would miss his smile and his long talks. You know, I know there's so many other parents out there likewise, and siblings who have lost members in war and other accidents. And my heart bleeds for you, and I hope that Colin Kaepernick maybe figures out a way to fix this with so many people. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And coming up, I hope Barbara Streisand is listening. I have a special message for her.